Can you give me a brief explanation on how you create one of your octopus planters?
Yes, I love my octopots, which is the new name for them, except I also still call them octopus planters because octopots does not describe what they actually are. People are like, what? So my octopus planters, it depends on what size I'm making them. For the really large ones, it's 100% hand building, which I really hope to do a 2023 giant octopus here soon. But for the smaller ones, it's usually a combination between wheel throwing and hand building. So I will throw the body of the octopus planter on the wheel, and then I will alter it a little bit to kind of give it more of the octopus kind of like head shape. And then I will either throw the tentacles on the wheel, and that's throwing typically off the hump. And I'm just like throwing little like tiny cones that then I alter. Or I make tentacles by like pulling a handle. And I really like doing the handle version a little bit more right now, but I'm sure I'll switch in the next month again, because like you have like more of that length, that octopus tentacle length, and they can like kind of like more like weave into each other, and I really love that. That's actually what the 22 that I have currently in progress, they're all like long and like crazy tentacles. And then I work to combine it, and so I put the tentacles on the wheel thrown piece. And then the final step is adding the eye. Well, I forgot about the eyes, but I always add eyes to them. And then I add texture by using, I don't know the technical name, but it's that stick with a ball on the end. And you like, it makes that little like dented shape in the clay. And that's how I get that texture that glaze pools in very well. And it gives it that like variation that are on all of my octopus planters. The colors are very flowy, they're pooling in those dents. And then I slip trail the little suckers on the tentacles. And that's been a really easy way to do it. It just always depends on what I'm making because I'm balancing it with, okay, a lot of people want these. I want to get people these octopus planters, and that means sustainably. I can't sculpt each tentacle or each sucker on the tentacle, but sometimes I'll go back to that style and I'll occasionally make like 4 or 6 of those that have like really intricate suckers, which are so beautiful, but again, not realistic for each batch.
So you kind of hinted on this earlier, but why octopus planters? Why octopuses in general?
I love octopuses. Talk about resiliency in a little creature. They are so incredible and so intelligent. A lot of people have always asked me, like at all of my shows, they're like, oh, have you seen The Octopus Teacher on Netflix? And I'm always like, no, I actually haven't. And that's a whole side story on itself. But in 2018, I read a book called A Soul of an Octopus, and it's by an environmentalist author, and she studied octopuses in different aquariums and really got to know them and talked about the biology of octopuses. And that's what really inspired me to make my very first one. And then from there, I just kept doing it. And it is fair to say that they are probably my favorite